Hello, everyone. My guest today is Sven Frese. He's bootstrapping Airgpu, a service to play the latest games on your laptop next to his day job as a software engineer. After working on multiple side projects over several years that either weren't released or generated zero revenue, he recently onboarded his first paying customer at Airgpu, which we love. Sven, you ready to take us to the top?
Yeah, let's do it.
Nothing like that first dollar revenue, is it?
It's really amazing. Like it was the perfect moment. I was just feeding my son, and like Guns N' Roses was on, and then I got that sweet notification from my payment provider that I earned my first dollar. That was really great.
How much was the sale for?
That was $25.
25 bucks. I love that. Okay, what are they paying for? What are you building?
Yeah, so AirGPU basically lets you play the latest games just in your laptop or any other low spec device. So your Raspberry Pi, your smartphone, whatever. So how that works is you're getting access to a full gaming PC in the cloud, essentially, where you can just install your games and just stream it to your local device.
Okay, got it. And where did you, like, when did you write the first line of code for this? What year?
What year? That was last year in December. So it's like, 5 months.
Yep. And what did you do to get the first customer? How did you onboard them?
So for me, how I started this whole project was in one of the bigger cloud gaming communities on Reddit. What I did when I had this idea and I decided to start building it is to basically go back to those communities, talk to the people there. There are always threads every day where people are looking for something like that. And you can't really self-advertise those threads usually. So
what thread got you the most traction? What was the name of the Reddit sub community or subgroup?
CloudyGamer is the name, the subreddit.
CloudGamer subreddit. Interesting.
Yeah, exactly. So I reached out to a few people via personal messages because I know that they had a struggle and I had a solution for them. And I posted a few comments here and there in some of the questions. And that's how I got a few visitors on my website.
This is great. And so how do you go from one customer to 10 customers? Where do you think the growth is going to come from?
I think it's going to be pretty similar. So AirGPU is currently in beta, so I'm not really like pushing it too much right now. My goal is really to get the first few customers in and see if the tech works, if they're happy. Then my plan for getting more customers on board would really be to go back to the communities, look into questions that are commonly asked, turn those into blog posts potentially. That has worked for me with past projects. Do a bit of SEO. And I think that's going to be one part.
Do you have one customer right now, or do you have multiple?
Oh, I've got 5 at this point.
Oh, 5. All at $25 a month?
Yeah, correct.
That's $125 a month, man. That's good stuff. How big does it take you to quit your full-time job?
I don't think I'm quite there yet. The thing with the product is, you're basically renting out cloud computers that are pretty powerful and pretty expensive. So the cost side is pretty high for me. So quitting my daytime job, that would be.
What's it cost you per month?
That depends on the usage. I mean, I'm using Amazon Web Services for most of my stuff, and there you pay per use essentially. One of the things I'm trying to figure out with the beta right now is how are people using the product, and then I can better get a better understanding of what my costs are going to be once I scale up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really hard to answer at this point. And
you've bootstrapped it today, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Anyone else on the team besides you?
No, just me.
Just you. Okay, we love that. And so what are the plans? I mean, you mentioned some of the SEO plays. You mentioned some other things. I mean, where are you spending the most time in terms of driving growth?
As I said, like driving growth is not really my focus at this point. I've got my first users.
Why is that not a focus to get more users? If you get more users, maybe you can bring your costs down on a per economic basis, per facility basis.
Definitely. It's going to be a focus really, really soon. but I found that with the first customers, there were a couple of issues with the platform that I really wanted to address. I mean, I want the customers that I have right now to stick around. That was my first priority, obviously. But then, yeah, I'm going to jump into blog posts real soon. I'm planning to go on YouTube, like show people how they can play the games that they love on their Raspberry Pi or whatever, without buying a gaming PC, which is just really expensive these days. I mean, with cryptocurrencies going up, like everyone's mining on their graphics cards, you can't really get one for like a reasonable price anymore. So people are looking for different things.
I mean, can you do this profitably? If you have 1,000 customers, would you be losing a bunch of money?
No, I would not. Okay. That would be feasible. The margins are going to be are not going to be as high as with other businesses, of course, but it's profitable. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. So what's the number? How much revenue do you have to hit per month to quit your full-time job?
I think that would really have to be 10K or higher.
Okay. Are you single? Do you have a spouse?
I do have a wife and a kid since last year. Yeah.
So she would kill you if you quit early before you hit 10K.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, that's not an option at this point.
What does she think about this? When you were holding your baby and you said, "Hey, we just got our first sale," what did she say?
She wasn't even home, unfortunately. So, but my baby actually loved it. So I fed him, and then I actually jumped up and did a weird dance apparently, and he was just like laughing at me. That was an awesome moment.
I love this. Well, Sven, I always want to support folks like you. You're bootstrapping on the side. It's a side project. You have your first 5 customers. I want to celebrate you. If people want to go support you, where can they find you online?
So my website is airgpu.com.
GPU.com. You have airgpu.com. That's great.
Correct. Yeah. I'm fairly active on Twitter. I'm trying to build in public. It's not always working, you know. I think my Twitter handle is going to be attached to the podcast.
Twitter handle?
At Sven Frese.
Sven Frese. Guys, we'll link it up. Sven, let's wrap up here with the famous 5. Number 1, what's your favorite business book?
Business book. Everyone probably says leading a startup. I'm going to say From Zero to Sold by Arvid Kahl.
Yep, that's a good one. Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
Difficult. I'm really digging the Build in Public community on Twitter, and one of the early influences there was Marco Saric from Plausible Analytics. Doing an amazing, doing an amazing job bootstrapping their business.
Number 3, what's your favorite online tool for building Airgpu?
That would have to be Notion. Everything's in there. All my planning, all my tweets, all my concepts.
Number 4, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
I've got a kid, so less than I would want, probably around 6 or 7.
Okay, fair enough. So 1 kid, married. How old are you?
I'm 31.
31. Last question. What's something you wish you knew when you were 20?
I would probably tell myself to think a bit smaller, you know, think in small projects, and then go up from there, and then everything is going to be fine, really.
Guys, he's got a full-time job, but his side project is starting to take off. Airgpu.com, first side project that's actually generating revenue. 5 customers paying $25 per month so they can get more capacity on their local devices by using the extra capacity that he brings to the table. That's what Airgpu is all about. Got his first customer from a Reddit sub-thread called CloudyGamer. Just him right now building this. We'll see what happens. Sven, thanks for taking us to the top.
Thank you, Nathan, for having me.
One more thing before you go. We have a brand new show every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. It's called Shark Tank for SaaS. We call it Deal or Bust. One founder comes on, 3 hungry buyers, they try and do a deal live, and the founder shares back-end dashboards, their expenses, their revenue, ARPU, CAC, LTV, you name it, they share it. And the buyers try and make a deal live. It is fun to watch every Thursday, 1 p.m. Central. Additionally, remember, these recorded founder interviews go live. We release them here on YouTube every day at 2 p.m. Central. To make sure you don't miss any of that, make sure you click the subscribe button below here on YouTube, the big red button, and then click the little bell notification to make sure you get notifications when we do go live. I wouldn't want you to miss breaking news in the SaaS world, whether it's an acquisition, a big fundraise, a big sale, a big profitability statement, or something else. I don't want you to miss it. Additionally, if you want to take this conversation deeper and further, we have by far the largest private Slack community for B2B SaaS founders. You want to get in there. We've probably talked about your tool if you're running a company, or your firm if you're investing. You can go in there and quickly search and see what people are saying. Sign up for that at nathanlatka.com/Slack. In the meantime, I'm hanging out with you here on YouTube. I'll be in the comments for the next 30 minutes. Feel free to let me know what you thought about this episode. And if you enjoyed it, click the thumbs up. We get a lot of haters that are mad at how aggressive I am on these shows, but I do it so that we can all learn. We have to counter those people. We got to push them away. Click the thumbs up below to counter them, and know that I appreciate your guys' support. All right, I'll be in the comments. See ya.